Hello, everyone. Welcome back to The David Show, the podcast where we talk about life, society, and ways to improve your English. Today, I'm excited to have a good friend of mine, Lynn, join us again. Hi, Lynn.
Hi, David. Thanks for inviting me again. It's always fun to be here.
It's always great having you here. So, today we're going to talk about something that has become a huge part of our lives, social media. Lynn, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the words social media?
I think of Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. You know, those platforms where people share their lives, connect with others, or even learn something new.
Exactly. Social media has changed the way we communicate and interact with each other. But, Lynn, do you think social media is more positive or negative for people?
That's a tough question. I think it has both sides. On one hand, social media helps us stay connected with friends and family, especially those who live far away. It's also a great place to find inspiration and learn new things.
True. I mean, even this podcast reaches people through social media platforms, right?
Absolutely. Without social media, it would be harder for us to connect with our audience.
But what about the negative side?
Well, there are many issues. People spend too much time scrolling, and it's easy to compare your life with others. This can make some people feel bad about themselves.
Yes, the so-called highlight reel. People only post the best moments of their lives, which isn't always realistic. It creates a lot of pressure, especially for teenagers.
Exactly. Another issue is fake news. Social media spreads information so quickly, but not everything is true. It can be hard to know what to believe.
That's a great point, Lynn. So, let me ask you, how much time do you spend on social media every day?
Maybe around 2 hours? I try not to spend too much time on it. What about you, David?
I think I spend about the same amount. But to be honest, sometimes I get distracted, especially on YouTube. I start watching one video, and then I end up watching 5 more.
That happens to me, too. So, David, do you think it's possible to use social media in a healthy way?
Definitely. I think it's all about balance. For example, I try to set limits on how much time I spend online. And I only follow accounts that make me feel good or teach me something.
That's a good strategy. I also try to take breaks from social media. Sometimes I go for a walk or read a book instead of checking my phone.
That's a great habit. Okay, let's give our listeners some tips. Lynn, what's one tip you'd share for using social media in a healthy way?
I would say, don't compare yourself to others. Remember, everyone's life is different, and what you see on social media isn't the whole story.
I love that advice. And my tip would be mindful of what you share. Social media is public, and once you post something, it's hard to take it back.
Very true. And one more thing, try to use social media to learn. Follow accounts that teach you new skills, like cooking, photography, or even English.
Speaking of learning English, our listeners can use this podcast to improve their listening skills. What do you think, Lynn?
Absolutely. And if you're listening to us right now, congratulations. You're already improving your English.
Well said, Lynn. So, to wrap things up, social media is a powerful tool, but we need to use it wisely. Thank you, Lynn, for sharing your thoughts today.
Thank you, David. It was a pleasure as always.
And thank you, everyone, for listening. Don't forget to follow The David Show on your favorite platform, and we'll see you next time.